Hello guys, welcome back to the Lost Island. This is the first time I'm using voice over one of these videos, so let me know what you think. Also keep in mind that I'm sick right now, so I'll sound a little funny. Anyways, this is the island. This is the Java version that I've been working on for a little bit, maybe a couple months now. Um, the Bedrock edition that I released was it was good. I'm proud of it. It works for low-end devices, which Bedrock is catered towards. Um, but now that I'm porting it over to Java, I was thinking, since all the Java computers are bigger, beefier PCs, um, I might as well make the island bigger too, and then I can fully take advantage of some of these great mods like Distant Horizons. So, for example, let me get a spyglass really quick. It may look like that's just some really weird shaped block or some slabs, but those are actually uh, way bigger. We can look at the trees for reference. They will drop in resolution as you go farther away. It's called Distant Horizons. It's a level of detail mod, where detail drops off with distance, so that allows you to have a much larger render distance. And if we look at what my current render distance is, it's 256 chunks, and I can't even see the edge of the island. That's how big this thing is. Let me open up my map really quick. Yeah, sorry, it's not loading all the way. If you've been looking at the community posts, or if you've seen posts in the Lost subreddit, then you'll know, you'll recognize a couple things that I've been working on. This island is the shape is based on the fan-made map by Choekaas from Lost Journeys. Really amazing channel. Definitely check it out. Probably the greatest source of lost information there is. Um, Dude's a genius. Anyways, his map basically served as kind of an outline for me to do this. This was all hand painted in World Painter. I did all this myself. The old version from Bedrock, that was based on the old Java 2011 map by Icona Kona and Professor Snape, and um, it was just used as kind of a guide. I destroyed all the trees, all the buildings, and rebuilt it all from scratch. But it still had the same overall shape, and eventually I just wasn't very satisfied with it. So moving forward, now that we're going into Java, I figured I would hand paint my own version. Um, the original island, the one that I made for Bedrock, was probably about twice the size of this Hydra Island. So like this section right here, that was how big the original map is. This is the new one. Still not sure why this thing is taking so long to load, but yeah, this is really, really big. We've got the black rock over here. Let's see, what's another cool thing? Oh, the Pearl and the Beechcraft are right here. We've got the fuselage wreckage right here. Heart of the Island's gonna be over here. This is the runway on the Hydra. Submarine dock. This is where the barracks are gonna be. This is the Flame. We'll check out some of those locations in a second. First, I want to do a update showing you my progress on the Swan Station, aka the hatch. So this is the outside. Um, a benefit to doing this in Java now is that we have access to display entities, which means I can use that to my advantage. We also have invisible item frames, which allows for a nice level of detail and customization. So here's the main entrance area. We got the little shaft over there. Here's one of the concrete walls. Got this weird metallic curved thing. Another concrete wall. Over here is where the airlock's gonna be. Haven't built that yet. There'll be like a little electrical panel right here. This is the living area. Almost done, not quite. Here we've got, this is where Anna Lucia and Livy were shot. Spoilers, by the way, sorry. This is a little control thing. Oh, this is the mural that Desmond painted, by the way. Not golf, ping pong table. Kitchen area. This is where the pantry's gonna be. This is the laundry room area. Bedroom, still not done. Bathroom's gonna be right here. This is the weird, mysterious hallway. The very mysterious hallway. If you watch Lost Journeys, you'll understand. Little dining nook cranny thing. And this is where the computer room's gonna be. Now let's go back to the surface. And let's check out some other places. Here's a little small one, just a fun little detail. We've got a Sun's Garden. This is Sun's Garden. Fuselage. Here it is. The wreckage. It is all messed up. 48 survivors. Sheesh. Let's look around at some of the terrain just for a little bit, just to really take it all in. So, if you remember what this crater looked like in the old map, you'll know how much of an improvement this is. Lots of stuff happened here, lots of treks along this coast. The little cave with the names, with the ladder and the scale, is gonna be right here, Seaside Cave. Elizabeth boat, the Elizabeth was parked around here. This is around where Kelvin died. Desmond caught the pigeon thing over there. Within this crater is the bamboo forest where you'll spawn. And, heart of the island will probably be, like, right there. And, let's switch over to spectator so I can fly a bit faster. Oh, there's the waterfall right here. Let's see. Here's the palm grove where Sawyer shot the polar bear in the pilot. And then they climbed up this hill. And this is where they picked up the Frenchwoman's transmission for the first time. And just over the ridge is the radio tower. I haven't finished it. I still need to put the little, like, stone base station thing at the bottom. Well, not stone, but you know what I mean. But yeah, radio tower. And this is the tallest mountain on the island. And near the top, it's a little Easter egg. This was never shown in the show, but its existence is theorized. It's talked about on the Blast Door map in the Swan, and Choekaas went into really cool theory that when in the season 4 finale, when Ben, Locke, and Hurley are going to the Orchid, Ben takes a little mirror out of a tin can with crackers in it, and he shines it. He sends a message with like Morse code up to these mountains, and he gets a response back. There's like flashes of light, and so he theorized that there's a couple of others stationed up here in this little observational outpost, and that this is the meteorological station. So yeah, there's a couple lore things I've scattered about just for some supplementary details. Here's the inside. I've called it the groundhog. I think originally the meteorology station was going to be the Tempest, but they ended up changing that, and they made the Tempest the chemical / power station area, which is whatever. So I just had to come up with a new name, so I named it Groundhog, because why not? This is a working elevator, by the way. This is kind of just a proof of concept for later when I make the Orchid. that's nothing new, but this is. So it's actually like going down pretty smoothly. It's kind of jittery right now just because of lag. But if you don't have as much lag, then it'll be pretty smooth. Um, it's also a lot smoother going up. But yeah, it's like actually going down, not just one block, one block, one block, but there's like actual like gradualness to it. Yeah, and then you go. Oh, what is this? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, and then you go all the way down here, and then you're out of the groundhog. Now let's look at some other stuff. Desmond's well is over there, but that's not very interesting. Here's the flame. Uh, ah, mostly the same. Mostly the same as the previous version. I swapped out the warped planks for copper, which I think looks way nicer, and especially combined with the weathered and oxidized, it kind of adds. It actually makes it feel pretty real. It looks kind of like overgrown-ish. Um, and then underground, as always, there's the bunker area. Oh, let's look at the inside, just in case you haven't seen the original video. In fact, I don't think I ever did a video on the updated flame. I did a video on the flame, um, before I released the Bedrock map, but it was out of date. Um, I updated it before I uploaded the main map, but I never made a video on it. So here's just a little look-see on the inside. Nothing too crazy. Most of this was I was able to get references from the Lost Via Domus video game, including the bunker area. So this is the underground section. This is the ladder that's underneath the carpet. It's just like this big place with all this TNT, storage rooms, crates, boxes. Here's a little communications thing. Uh, but yeah, it's kind of a maze. Um, if you've played the Lost Via Domus video game before, then maybe you'll remember how to solve it. Um, but oh, you got a glimpse of it there. I decided, you know what? When you play the game, when you play the Lost Via Domus video game, you go around the barracks, around the Sonic fence, and you come across this building. And when you go in there, suddenly you're in the flame bunker. Like, you go in, you go down these stairs, and once you open this door, suddenly you're in the flame station bunker. But I don't think the flame was that close to the barracks. Like, it was close, but not that close. So, to kind of like fill in that gap, I decided to put a water treatment facility because I looked at this. I'm like, hey, this kind of looks like like big water tank or something. And we know that a location like that has to exist. I mean, the stations have clean running water. I would assume that they have a water treatment plant with like pipelines and stuff all over the island. In fact, you can even see a pipeline in the background in when Naomi's in the shot in season 4 and they're going to the radio tower. You can actually see a pipeline in the background. Um, so I figured, well, let's just make a water treatment facility. So you can go around through here, and this is Pump Station Charlie. Um, and there's just big pumps right here. This is a filtration reservoir right here. Here's the clear water tank. This is where the water is actually stored when it's done, purified, and all that. There's a little observation room, distribution control center. Um, this is, what is this called? Disinfection. They use powerful UV lamps to disinfect it. Oh, I gotta, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna fix it. But yeah, disinfecting the water with any bacteria and viruses with UV lamps. Here's another pump station. Here is chlorination, and down here we've got a big chlorine tank, carbon dioxide. And I figured, hey, that's another mystery. What was the Tempest doing, making all that poisonous gas? Did they build it specifically to like create weapons against the hostiles? Maybe, but I was also thinking if they have a water treatment facility, this is probably before they started using ozone, so they probably use chlorine. chlorine gas, maybe the Tempest. So there's a pipeline from the Tempest station supplying this chlorine gas. I'm assuming that the Tempest just takes in a bunch of brine water from the sea and conducts some electrolysis on it and harvests the hydrogen gas and the chlorine gas and sends the chlorine gas this way so it can be used in the chlorination. And then we see these bubbles coming up, so the gas, any excess chlorine gas probably has to go somewhere. So I have this big fume hood, and then that goes into a ventilation annex, where it's purified. Any extra chlorine gets sent back into the chlorine line. And then the clean air is pumped around. Then we've also got another clean air input from the surface. Let's see. Here's the actual very first tank in the chain. This is the clarification tank. So the water comes in through this lift house. Um, this comes in from underground, big water table underground, and it comes in through this pump. It gets pumped into the clarification tank. This is where it gets what's it called? Coagulated. So we've got coagulant coming out of these nozzles. Here's a big coagulant tank from Pike Heavy Industries. It's a son's dad. And then the water goes in, and then it gets flocculated. It gets turned into flock, and then then it just sifts down into the bottom where this big tank spins around and collects it and clears it out. Here we've got some polymer. Oh yeah, the polymers goes through this tank to turn the water into flock. And yeah, is there anything else I missed? Nope, I think that's it. Oh yeah, here's a storage depot. Cause I mean there's these big giant tanks. Something else, another mystery, yet another mystery that goes unsolved is how did the Dharma Initiative get all its huge like amounts of supplies and storage and like just bulk material. Um and I assume that at some point near the water, they probably had another dock for like a freighter, and then they would board in all the extra shipments. And so I imagine that this would go to some kind of tunnel, some kind of tunnel system, and then a big truck would just come by and then dump it in, and then they would unload it. But I've had this collapsed mostly just because I don't want to build a giant underground ramp. That seems very annoying. Anyways, yeah. So you go through the water treatment facility, and then you've got this little area, and then this goes to the Dharma Central Infrastructure Control Hub. This controls stuff like the Dharmatel network, and that's the bunker. That's the bunker that's underneath the flame. Yeah, here another sign, water treatment facility. We've got like electrical substations and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm probably also gonna build a power plant somewhere. But yeah, so this was again never shown in the show. It's completely out of creative liberty. Just a little Easter egg for those who look for it. Let's make it so it's not raining. And let's go to oh, actually I'll show that in a second. First, let's look at Dharma Mass Grave. This is where all the Dharma people died after the purge. Very sad. Horus is around here somewhere. Anyway, let's go to this water area. This is where Charlotte parachuted in her pond. Let's look at the Black Rock. This one has not changed at all from the Bedrock version. It's exact same, just different location. So yeah, if you've seen it on the map, then you've seen it already. But yeah, it's got a couple floors. This is where the slaves were. This is like storage, and this is some more storage. And then they've got like this little area that we see in Las Viadomas. And then this is the top deck area. This bottom one is where the TNT is stored. Spooky. Okay. Now let's go to the Pearl. The Pearl and the Beechcraft were completely rebuilt from scratch just because I wasn't very happy with how they looked on the Bedrock version. So I rebuilt them. This is the Beechcraft. It's smaller. It's more scale accurate. It's not 1-to-1, but it's close enough. It's a bit too big, but I still just wanted I mainly just wanted to get the proportions right, and I think I did an okay job at it. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. It from far away, it looks like a Beechcraft. It does its job. Um, oh yeah, I gotta put some barrels in here with sugar. Okay, down here, I actually have a question. If there's anybody who's a bigger Lost fan than me, was it actually a question mark or was it just a circle that kind of looked like a question mark? Um, and was the pearl entrance like at the dot of the question mark or was it in the middle? I don't remember. Someone correct me in the comments if you can. Anyways, yeah, you go down this shaft, you go down here, and then this is the Pearl. I really like how this came out. The Pearl is probably my second favorite station just because of its vibe. It's got it's the most 70s feeling station. I feel it feels like an office environment, which is like the aesthetic I actually really enjoy. Retro vintage office. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world for most people, but I like it. Yeah, we've got the computer, floppy drive, printer, and then the pneumatic tube, which works. We can get a light gray shulker box, and we can take a book. Let's put that back, actually. And, oh, that's weird. Anyways, okay. Light gray shulker box. We can put a book in here. Put this extra one in there. Oh, now it gives me it. Whatever. Anyways, so it's got a book in there. This one's got a book in there. Light gray shulker box with a book in it. And then I can press that button. And you see it goes up. And also... Oh, wait. Did it not work? What? That works. Why doesn't this work? Okay, I've learned something new. I guess shulker boxes cannot be put out by dispenser. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably to prevent lag machines. Okay, I didn't know that. Sorry, guys. This video isn't scripted. Um, well, that's fine. I'll just cut out the shulker boxes then. I'll just make it... Oh my god. Oh my god. Whatever. Okay. I'll just make it so you just put the book in there raw. Raw dog it. Okay. So you put the book in there, you press the button, and it goes up, and it's gone. Alright. Now where did it go, you may ask? Oh, I gotta descend to the surface. Now where did it go, you may ask? Well, I can go up north, near the barracks, and I can teleport, and we find that it's right here. The book came out of here and landed right here. It doesn't actually go in a tube system like I had on the Bedrock. I just teleport it, but it gets the job done. It's here. So yeah, it actually traveled. Is there anything else I've forgotten to show you guys? Oh yeah, Polyferry. Nothing too crazy. Pretty simple as far as locations on the island go. I did use a display entity right here to get this text. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, nothing too crazy so far. I haven't done any really big locations yet. The biggest one is probably going to be the barracks. The barracks is going to be pretty hard because I'm thinking of rebuilding some of the houses because I was basing it off of a incorrect map. So when I do build it, I'm probably gonna base it on Choekaas's barracks map, which is way more accurate and way nicer to look at. And oh yeah, the statue is gonna be right here. The orchid's gonna be here. Temple's gonna be in this circle area. Don't worry about the circle. I'm gonna once the temple's there, I just made the circle to clear it out. Once I put the temple there, I'll put in the trees again so it looks more natural. I'll blend it in. Um, yeah, I think that's everything I've built so far. The main thing I am really, really proud of is the island itself. Again, this was world painted with the app called World Painter, so you just basically have to manually use brushes to bring up the terrain and all the blocks and stuff to contour the mountains in the shape that you want. I use some of the brushes from Jeracraft's videos. He lets you download his custom brushes, and they work really well for making all kinds of natural terrain like this. And yeah, I think it came out really, really good. It's way more accurate, like shape-wise, compared to the old one I had. And it looks nicer. It's bigger, it's better, and it's awesome. Oh yeah, I also have the plane. Disclaimer, I did not design this Boeing 777-200ER. It's not my design. I redid the livery, but I figured when it's intact like this, you're only ever going to see it from the inside anyways, which I did build. I did build the inside. The outside is not by me. But yeah, you're only going to be in the inside. When you're on the outside and it's on the island, it's all going to be wrecked up anyway. So I consider that transformative. But if you disagree, let me know. I might try to build my own 777 777 Boeing 777 dash two. I might try to build my own. Um, but I don't know how I'll be able to top this. Like how am I gonna do better than this? Anyways, yeah, let's get inside. Oops. Oh man, come on. There we go. This is the inside of the plane. Oceanic Flight 815. There's an inconsistency I found. So the layout of the 777-200ER, we see in season 6, Jack is sitting right here, and there's two seats in front of him. And then in season 1, we see that there's 7 seats behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works. The layout is perfect. They knew what they were doing. They recreated the interior of a 777 perfectly. Or they might have just used one. I don't remember. But yeah, so that's accurate. This is row 23. He's sitting there. What isn't accurate is the position of the wing outside of his window, which I've not seen anybody talk about, but it's something I noticed and bugged me as a plane nerd. So when he's looking out his window, we actually see the view out of this window. We see the edge, the trailing edge of the wing. Even though in real life his seat would be up here, and he would see this like middle front area near the leading edge. So yeah, boo, inaccuracy, literally unwatchable, worst show ever. Writers making shit up as they went along. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care that much. I I felt like ranting. Anyway, okay. Let's go to the middle. Let's teleport ourselves to 2000. There it is. That is the island. The island from Lost in Minecraft Java. Minus most of the locations, because I haven't built them yet. But I will. I will. So biggest question people probably are going to have is, how long is this going to take you? And the answer is, I genuinely don't know. When I was making the Bedrock version, I made a lot of promises of when it was going to come out, and there was a lot of delays. And the answer to be completely, truly honest is I don't know, because I have very bad motivation issues. I get like right now I have a lot of free time. because I'm currently unemployed, but that's not gonna remain true for very long. So I might get preoccupied. Um, I also might get just get burnt out, and I don't want to work on it anymore, and then I'll drop it for like a couple months and then pick it up again. That could totally happen. That's what happened with the Bedrock one. And yeah, so I can't really make any promises. I am gonna try as best as I can, cause I do. I do try as best as I can to get it as fast as possible. But there's a lot of stuff to do. I've already built most of the locations on the Bedrock one. I just have to paste them in here in all the right spots. Um, However, there are some things that I'm gonna want to change, like the radio tower is completely rebuilt, the Pearl and the Beechcraft is completely rebuilt, just because I'm not happy with them, so I'm gonna want to redo them to make them more accurate. The barracks are probably gonna be similar, but for the most part, most of the things will be the same. I'll just have to paste it in. The issue is that um, some things maybe rotated the wrong way. I have to reposition them. Uh, Selecting them is it actually I have to select them with a cuboid, so there's extra terrain yet that I'll have to cut off, or extra terrain that I'll have to add because it accidentally got replaced with air. Um, then there's scripting. There's command blocks. There's redstone. There's all kinds of stuff that I'm gonna need to do in order to recreate the play features faithfully, like pushing the button, turning the frozen donkey wheel, or the sonic fence. Uh, that'll take a quite a bit of time. Um, that's probably not its own step. It's probably just something I'm gonna work on as I make each individual location. Um, then there's the issue of chests, loot, that kind of thing. Because there are chests and barrels and shulker boxes all over the damn place. And unless I just want a bunch of boring, empty stuff, I should probably go fill them up with actual stuff. That's what I was going to do when I released the Bedrock one, but I didn't. I kind of rushed it, and I got it out without doing anything. I also got to build the Kahana freighter and the Elizabeth sailboat. I didn't do that um, in the Bedrock version. I want to do it here. Um, then what else? Chess. Story. That's the other thing. Um, and that's probably the one that will be very difficult. So on Bedrock Edition, there's these little entities called NPCs that I can use to kind of like talk to the player, give them like little quests, just some dialogue. Um, NPCs do not exist in Java Edition. It's one of the few things that Bedrock has over Java. Um, so that's going to be a bit harder to implement, but I do still want to implement it, and I want to implement it right. I don't want to just place a sign and be like, hey, go to this, go to there, go blah 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 blah. No, I wanted to feel at least somewhat organic, because I do want to recreate um the events of the show as closely as I possibly can. I want you to be able to talk to Charlie, and then Charlie will tell you to go look for a lock, and then Lock will tell you, "Hey, I've got this big thing in the dirt. I want to blow it up. Can you go find the French woman for me?" And then you'll go walk along the coast, and then you find the cable, and you go in, find Rousseau, get the she'll tell you how to get to the Black Rock. So you walk all the way to the Black Rock, you get some dynamite, and then you walk back to camp, and then you blow up the hatch, you go in, you push the button for as long as you can until you get bored. So you wanna hit the fail save. So you hit the fail save and go boom, and then you can't go in the hatch anymore. And then you go going around. You go to the Paula Ferry, and then you get kidnapped and you get sent into the Hydra's submarines, not submarine, but underwater area. And then you escape from there, and then you sail back, and then you find out, hey, we wanna get off this island, so let's go find out how. So you go to Ben in the barracks, and you go to try and get to the submarine, but before you get to the submarine, it blows up, and then you can't escape. So instead, he's like, well, there's a radio tower, blah blah blah, and then you go to actually no, submarine blows up, and then there's a parachute, and then some yeah, freighter people show up, And then Naomi's there, and she's like, hey, I gotta get contact. Go radio tower. So you do the radio tower. It's not working. You gotta go to the looking glass and turn off the thing. Then you go to the radio tower and you send your transmission, and then the chopper will appear. You can take the chopper to the freighter, and you can leave. That's like a bad ending or whatever. Or you can move the island, and then you go to the orchid, and you move the island, and then it moves somewhere, and then the freighter disappears. And then because you moved the island, now you're in a desert, and so you have to go from the desert in Tunisia to a nearby village where there'll be a church, and then you go to the church to the lamppost station, and you talk to Eloise, and she tells you to get on Ajira 316, so you go on Ajira 316, and you land at the Hydra Island, and then what else? Locke is there, and then he tells you to go to the statue, kill Jacob, and so you go and you kill Jacob, and then oh, that's bad, and then you go to the temple and you figure out why that's bad, and you're like, oh man, I didn't mean to do that. And then you go to the heart of the island and you pull out the cork, and then you gotta put the cork back in, and then yay, and then you go back to the Gears 316 and you fly out of here. Good ending. Good ending. Or, oh, actually, even better. Even better. I think after you put the cork in, you should be considered the protector of the island, and then you become the protector of the island, and now you can just do whatever you want on the island. You can build houses. You can build. You can just level this place, destroy all the trees, put a giant parking lot, put a big old Walmart. You think this place looks beautiful? You know it look real beautiful. A giant 20-story Walmart just right here. I think that's what this island needs. That's what Widmore was trying to do with the island. Oh, he's trying to satisfy the time loop. No, Widmore was coming here because he wants to build a giant Walmart. Widmart. He's trying to build Widmart in a giant parking lot on the island. It's true. It's true, guys. Trust me. I'm still recording, aren't I? Sorry, I started rambling for no reason. Anyways, yeah. That's all I got to say. If you want to support me, check out the Planet Minecraft page, like, subscribe, all that pizzazz. This is probably gonna take several hours to upload. So, yeah. It is currently 9:45. I have to go to bed soon. So, bye-bye. Oh yeah, look at my cool skin. Does my skin look cool? Does my skin look cool? Thanks, guys. Anyways, all right. See ya. Bye bye.